Welcome to part 2 of my mock draft of this year's NFL first round. If you missed the previous one, you should check it out. The link is in the description. Also, as we get into the later picks in the first round, I'm going to go more in depth about the players as they're not as noteworthy to the casual fan. The Jets have the 11th overall pick in this draft, and really, you can't go wrong with any pick you make here. Obviously, you can't, draft some seventh round projected player, but if you this draft has all the all the holes this Jets team has: the offensive line, the wide receiver, the edge rushing, or the defensive line, I should say. Um, all of that is in this draft. Now, for the Jets, in my opinion, I would go with Tristan Wills. I'm not pronouncing that right, but whatever. I think their biggest, or in my opinion, I think of all the holes they had, the one they need to address is offensive line, because offensive line is the most, besides QB, the most important position in football. Um, and Trey Wilfs is the best offensive lineman left on the board in this draft. Um, Now he can play guard or tackle, so he's very, I guess, useful at many different offensive line positions. Um, he's really fast. A 4.85 40-yard dash, um, which was the fastest out of all the linemen. And um, overall, I think he's going to be a really good player and a plug-in starter from day one. Or as I shall say, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's going to get hard used to them calling them that. Have the 12th pick in this draft. Now, some of you may be wondering yourself as why they're taking a wide receiver before they don't. In some people's opinion, don't have a stable option at QB. I still believe in Derek Carr, um, even though they're Mike McKayock, their GM, basically kind of said that he was open to trading him. But I think Jerry Juge could be a very good wide receiver. Comes out of Alabama at a 4.45 40-yard dash. I don't put him above. I don't put him above CeeDee Lamb, just because Jerry Judge can't play the slot position, or can't play multiple wide receiver positions, or set up in different formations. Um, but I overall think it could be a very good wide receiver. For those of you confused why the Giants have the 13th pick in this draft, um, I had them trade down with the Colts, as the Colts took Tua Tagovailoa, I can't pronounce that right, as their long-term QB. If you want more analysis on why I chose that, you can go back to the previous video. In short, Jacoby Brissett becomes a stopgap between now and the Tua Tagovailoa era, and I think this year showed that. Obviously, he had a good start to the year, but then he just had a rough end to it. I think this year showed as in Jacoby Brissett, showed that he can't play long term as a franchise QB for the Colts. But anyways, back to the Giants. So they're taking Andrew Thomas here. Why are they taking Andrew Thomas? Why? Because they need offensive line. They need a left tackle to replace Nate Solder. Or Nate Solder's still on the roster, but he's not that very good anymore. And they can cut him, and they could save. I think it was only like they could lose. It would save. It was only 11 million in dead cap. It's probably like 20 million saved or whatever. But Andrew Thomas, he looks to be a really good offensive lineman. Um, there's basically the only thing that's been kind of like people really don't like about him is that his footwork, which he can definitely work on. But yeah, he can run block, pass block. I've um, seen some people think that his pass blocking is as great. I disagree with that. Um, Overall, I mean, he's going to be good because he played good against good competition in the SEC. Obviously, college is very different from the NFL, but I think overall, I think Andrew Thomas could help the Giants a lot. I talked a lot about my hometown team. So number 14, I got another trade. The Buccaneers have a 14th pick. They got a lot of holes. I mean, we don't really know if Jameis Winston's going to return. Don't know. Their defense is in complete shambles. I mean, there's not looking a lot of positive for the Buccaneers. And who would they trade with, right? They need more assets to rebuild their team through the draft, and obviously they can build it through free agency too. So who would they trade with? The Eagles. Why would the Eagles do this? Why? Because this year is a very, very strong cornerback and safety class. They need to capitalize on this. The Eagles need to capitalize on this. And the way I saw it was, and the way I think the Eagles front office, we'll see it, Howie Roseman and them guys, we'll see it as this. We have a chance to address a weakness that we've had for a while in this front office. As a weakness that we've had on this team for a while, and that is be able to cover wide receivers and tight ends and running backs. So they're going to take C.J. Hudson. Why are they taking C.J. Hudson? Now, like I said before, this is a deep cornerback class for a reason. We've got Jeffrey Okudah, who's going to be long gone by this time. You've got C.J. Henderson. I don't know why I called him Hutchinson. Don't ask me why. Damian Arnett from Ohio State. You got Trevion Diggs. And you got Cameron Dellenser and Christian Fulton. Now, besides Jeffrey Okudah, you could put all those guys into different lists of combinations, and it's like I would disagree with you, but like I could see where you're coming from. My reason why I put DJ Hudson, why did I keep saying that? DJ Henderson, Jesus Christ, it's getting. We're gonna keep it though, because it's why? Okay, this dude is really, really good. He had 11 passes broken up and 33 tackles in 2019. We have some people in the Gator program, take it with what you will, because they will hype their guys up, who say he reminds them of Marcus Peters. When C.J. Henderson can obviously play very well. Why am I choosing him over Damian Arnett? Damian Arnett, because he obviously is going to be a really good player, but he played against number 2 wide receivers because Jeffrey Okudah was there. Why am I taking him over Trevor Diggs? Because of the injury concerns with him. Dantzler, because Cameron Dantzler doesn't have enough size. C.J. Henderson is, in my opinion, the second best cornerback in this draft. And yeah, that's why the Eagles are going to take him. So, yep. Now the Broncos have the 15th pick. And with the 15th pick, they're going to have to address some draft needs or team needs. Now, they've got their QB in the future, or in my opinion, I believe in Drew Lock. I know John Elway doesn't really that much, or he's not completely confident in the guy, but still. So this draft, like for the Jets, you can't really go wrong in any position for the Broncos. All their team needs of the offensive line, the skill positions at wide receiver, corner, and running back, they're all need. Well, not running back as much for the Broncos. They have Philip Lindsay, but I mean, still, this draft, I mean, you can't really go wrong for them. I'm going with Hunter Ruggs. Why am I going with Hunter Ruggs? Because he's fast. And he's a really good prospect. So, Hunter Ruggs, as a lot of people have seen, oh, Jesus, I'm saying his name wrong, am I? Yep. Oh, there we go. There's another goof on me. Oh, man. Henry Ruggs. Jesus Christ. Man, that speech impediment. If you don't guys don't know, I have a speech impediment. Uh, that speech impediment, it really is kicking up today. So yeah, we go in that combine. He has that killer combine. I mean, he really does look like a really good prospect. Um, there's some people who have him at number one on the wide receiver board. I don't really have a problem with that. I just prefer Jerry Drudes because I think he's better at the slot position. I don't think Henry Ruggs can play the slot position as well as his teammate. So Henry Ruggs. Like, why do I keep saying Hunter? I don't know. He played for the College of Alabama. I mean, you'd think you'd heard of it by now if you were any type of football fan. Let's just go through some little info stuff. He's a 5'11", 188-pound wide receiver. He ran as I mentioned before, he ran a 4.27 40-yard dash. His vertical jump was 42.0, and his broad jump was 131.0. He did not participate in the cone drill shuttle, the 20 shuttle, or the 60-yard shuttle, because, I mean, he didn't really have to. I mean, kind of knew who he was. So, yeah, this dude's got speed. There are some concerns about whether he can keep the ball and, not fumble it. And there are some concerns with he's obviously a very good route runner, but breaking free from corners, that's a concern. And yeah, but I think overall this is a really good pick for the Broncos. So this video is going a lot longer than I wanted it to. I think it's harder because I have to go more in depth because they're not household names. I mean, some of them are, but I don't know. So the original plan was to do 10 picks today, or in this video, not today. But we're not going to do that because this video is getting way too long. So I'm going to put timestamps, and I'm going to end it at the 15th pick. I know it's really cheesy, me trying to squash out views and videos, but yeah, this video is going way too long. I do not like it that much. I'm going to shorten the time length. Tune in, I guess, tomorrow or whenever, probably by the time you click on this one, the next one will probably be made. Don't expect it right away because I got some busy things. I got baseball. That's right, I play baseball. So don't expect it right away, but it's gonna come out soon. All right, I don't know how to end it, to end the video, so that's my outro. Who will they take with the 16th pick? Tune in next week. I don't know.